Hello everybody. In this video, I'll try to understand what happens when Jupiter is in the fifth house of a horoscope. So basically, what is fifth house in Vedic astrology? Fifth house in Vedic astrology is called as the Putra Bhava, means it's the house of children or house of progeny, we say. And it is also the house of education because it indicates your bachelor degree, how much comfortable you are with your bachelor degree education. That is indicated by your fifth house. Whereas your post graduation or PhD is indicated by the ninth house, but the bachelor degree is clearly indicated by your fifth house dignity. So the bachelor degree education, your intelligence, your creativity is also indicated by your fifth house. And another important thing is the romance and joy that you have in your life is also indicated by fifth house. And your speculation, the investments or gambling, this is all is indicated by the fifth house. And fifth house in Vedic astrology is also called as the house of Purva Punya, means the house of past life merit. So this is the fifth house things. And in modern world, especially the married people check this fifth house for children and progeny. And what is Jupiter in Vedic astrology? See, Jupiter or Guru or Brihaspati is the planet of wisdom, is the planet of expansion, and your ethics and morality is also indicated by Jupiter. And the most important thing is Jupiter is called as the planet of divine grace, means in ancient Vedic world they believe that even if all your planets are not comfortably placed, but only if Jupiter is comfortably placed, then you are good. All your hurdles you can overcome in your life because your Jupiter is good. That's what they say. And see, Jupiter indicates the blessings that you have. And I will tell you, if a very good Jupiter is in your fifth house, it clearly indicates that the growth and blessings and wisdom, these three things are ensured in your life if a benefic Jupiter is sitting in the fifth house. And if it is a malefic Jupiter, then yes, you would have problems in the significations of the fifth house, that is children or progeny, your bachelor degree education. You may have problem with your intelligence or creativity. Your romantic life would be disturbed, or your joy because of that romantic life would be disturbed. And another thing is sports. Fifth house indicates how much good you can be in sports. And your speculation, your investments may not be good if a malefic Jupiter is sitting in the fifth house. And that means your past life merit is not good basically. If malefic Jupiter is sitting in the fifth house. When can you say your Jupiter is malefic? That is, when Jupiter is the lord of the sixth or eighth or 12th house, then you can say your Jupiter is a malefic Jupiter. And especially if this sixth house or eighth house or 12th house is in the sign of Sagittarius, if it is falling in the sign of Sagittarius, then yes, your Jupiter is a primary, it's a malefic planet. And if your Sagittarius is your eighth house, then yes, Jupiter is a primary malefic planet for you. That is, you are a Taurus ascendant. If you are a Taurus ascendant, obviously Sagittarius is your eighth house. So basically, your Jupiter is a malefic planet, and you need to perform the remedies associated with Jupiter in order to come out of the problems that Jupiter is giving to you. And if your Jupiter is a benefic planet and it is sitting in the fifth house, that is a very, very positive thing, because when Jupiter occupies the fifth house, it brings the growth, the blessings, and the wisdom for you. So you can think of Jupiter here as a kind of benevolent teacher sitting in a classroom of creativity, love, and children, and guiding the person means guiding you, the native, towards a kind of higher joy, towards a kind of higher purpose. It's a very beautiful thing if your Jupiter is a benefic one and it is sitting in the fifth house. Excellent thing, I can say. Because from there it is watching the 11th house also. 11th house is the house of gains. That's a very good thing. Directly watching it, because 11th house is opposite to the fifth house. So your Jupiter will take care of so many things if it is placed in the fifth house, if it is a positive Jupiter and placed in the fifth house. I will tell you, see how it is going to impact your wisdom and learning fundamentally. First of all, because Jupiter, wherever Jupiter sits, it tries to work on these areas, wisdom and learning. Is very much interested in these areas. And if a very positive Jupiter, a benefic Jupiter is sitting in the fifth house, that means you're good in academics, or you can be very good at philosophy, scripture, finance, or law, right? If Jupiter is a very good one and sitting in the fifth house, you can be a very great lawyer, a very positive lawyer. That's you can do great things for the society through this law or finance. And then see the native having a positive Jupiter in the fifth house, I observed that particular person enjoys studying and teaching. I saw so many people. They enjoy studying, they enjoy teaching. The joy they get through teaching is exceptional, because a positive Jupiter is sitting in the fifth house, and knowledge is often inherited from your past life merits, as a positive Jupiter is sitting in the fifth house. And just imagine the love and romance. See, it gives a kind of, see, Jupiter is a kind of a sincere guy, right? So if you see the modern world where people are uh, having this romance and all with some other people, with multiple, or this kind of things I cannot ensure, because Jupiter is not that kind of a planet. He's an ethical guy here. So basically, if Jupiter is sitting in the fifth house, it gives sincere, ethical, romantic nature. So relationships tend to be uplifting and supportive. That much I can say. It is not a modern world love and romance that you can expect when a positive Jupiter is sitting in the fifth house. And the children and mentorship, because Jupiter is the significator of children and he is also the significator of mentorship. If a positive Jupiter is placed in the fifth house, it blesses with intelligent, virtuous, or spiritually inclined children. Very good children, basically. If no biological children, the native may guide others as students or disciples. Somebody, a person may have a very good Jupiter in the fifth house, but if his seventh lord is not supporting, he may not get married, and even he may not be interested in getting the children sometimes. Or, I'm not saying, you may think, okay, this guy is saying no marriage, no children. I'm not saying that. There are multiple cultures all over the world, but I'm telling you, even if the person doesn't want any biological children, the native still may guide others, because it gives it manifests this particular energy into mentorship. That I can say. And the creativity and joy, the particular native having a positive Jupiter in the fifth house, see, talent in writing, music, storytelling, or research is exceptional for this kind of guys. So life feels playful for them. So they attract good fortune through hobbies also, through their hobbies. And speculative gains, like see, luck in stocks, stock market, investments, or creative ventures. If Jupiter is strongly placed in the fifth house, yes, the person gains a very good amount of money, sometimes huge also. Don't expect the huge amount of money that Rahu gives. I'm not saying that, but a very, very good amount, a very good income you can gain through stock markets. But see, always I'm telling you, if a malefic Jupiter is present, overconfidence can lead to some kind of risky speculation here for you. So now I would say a positive Jupiter sitting in the fifth house, very, very good thing. Imagine a wise grandparent, it's entering a playground. The wise grandparent is your Jupiter. It's like he's a wise guy, right? And a playground is, fifth house is generally a kind of playground, it's related to sports and all. See, they don't just watch kids play, right? They teach values. When grandparent enters a playground, and that kind of energy you have, they don't just watch kids play, they teach values basically. They share stories and make the playground a kind of sacred learning space, right? That is the duty of a very wise grandparent. That's what Jupiter can do for you. He just doesn't watch you play, just watching you, and then you're playing something and he's just watching. He doesn't let you just play, but he also teaches you values. That's what I want to tell you, right? A very positive thing. It's a very, very positive thing. And just imagine a young teacher loved helping street kids after school. Very positive thing, right? So, and then it's like a very big guidance. You got it because of your past life merit. This is, Jupiter in the fifth house is like blessing through guidance. How much I can tell about this? It's a kind of a very, very positive thing, right? When Jupiter is influencing the fifth house very positively, his wisdom and patience that can turn your world into something, the world of joy. It's a lifelong joy, I can say. Now, all positives, when a positive Jupiter sitting in fifth house, everything is positive. No negative I can tell. But what if this particular Jupiter is watched by a malefic Saturn? Of course, whether Saturn and Mars, they're functionally malefic or benefic, their aspects are always malefic. Saturn has 3, 7, 10 aspects. Mars has 4, 7, 8 aspects. Their aspects are always malefic. So if Saturn or Mars are watching your Jupiter, that is a negative thing. It's actually going to give a lot of stress on your Jupiter. It is going to weaken your Jupiter. It tries to weak your Jupiter. I'm telling you. So your Jupiter doesn't behave the way that you are expecting, right? So what happens? Or let us say your Jupiter is present on the Rahu Ketu axis, sitting on the Rahu Ketu axis. So in that case, Rahu or Ketu, one of these two Chaya Grahas, the shadowy planets, would be in conjunction with your Jupiter. There's a kind of abnormality, right? And Rahu Ketu axis is on your Jupiter. And then what happens? You may have some problem with your children, obviously, because Rahu Ketu axis is falling on your 511 axis and Jupiter is in the fifth house. Can expect some kind of problem with your children. Kind of overindulgence in pleasure, or kind of the person can become a gambler because as Rahu Ketu axis, Jupiter is sitting on it, or Saturn or Mars is watching it. There's a kind of disturbance in Jupiter's energy now. Now you can expect the person would be indulged in pleasure or gambling or speculation, and then there can be trouble conceiving children, or a kind of strained ties with them, or overconfidence in knowledge, something like I know it all kind of attitude. So here I would say, if your Jupiter's energies are not so aligned in the sense they are disturbed, it means a Saturn or Mars watching your Jupiter, and your Jupiter is afflicted. Afflicted means it is sitting on the Rahu Ketu axis. Then you can see a trouble in conceiving children, or strained ties with your children can be observed, or it can give you overconfidence. Like, it's something like you often show a kind of I know it all, that attitude you often show. So, and what you need to do now? So you need to perform some remedies, because your Jupiter is malefic, or it is watched by Mars or Saturn, or there is another important possibility that your Jupiter is benefic and it is sitting in the fifth house, but it does not have enough strength. That means your Jupiter would be sitting in the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn world is completely different world. It's not a Jupiter's world, because see, Capricorn world believes in practicality. Capricorn world believes in hard work. But Jupiter is a person who believes in morality, ethics, and doing pujas. These things can give success. That is Jupiter's ideology. Whereas Capricorn world's ideology is different. If you want to gain something, you do hard work. You behave practically. Then only you can get the things. These pujas, mantras, or ethics, this is not my world. That says Capricorn. This is Saturn's behavior basically. Now, how Jupiter can express itself in this Capricorn world? It cannot express. So Jupiter is not comfortable in the Capricorn world, and at a particular point, it is completely disappeared. That is called debilitation point of Jupiter in the sign of Capricorn. So Jupiter cannot express its qualities, its abilities comfortably, or to some extent in Capricorn world, because there is no one to listen to Jupiter in the Capricorn's world. So Jupiter cannot express anything. That's it. Now Jupiter is weak in Capricorn. So even though Jupiter is a benefic planet for you, but it is sitting in the sign of Capricorn, so it is a weak planet. Now it's your ability, it's your duty actually to strengthen this kind of Jupiter. If your Jupiter is weak and functionally benefic, yes, you have to strengthen it so that it will give you something positive. How to strengthen a Jupiter, a positive Jupiter? You need to wear yellow clothes. You need to eat chana dal, turmeric. These are all yellow things. So you're adding your, these Jupiterian things to your life, to your body, so that you are strengthening your Jupiter. Or wear a pukhraj, or it's called as yellow sapphire. Based on your horoscope energies, you need to wear it so that you can strengthen your Jupiter, and the benefic Jupiter, which is weaker in your horoscope, will get the proper strength, and it will start giving you very good things. That is how you need to strengthen your Jupiter. That is the first remedy. And what if your Jupiter is a malefic planet and sitting in the fifth house? It has good enough strength. It is a very good strengthened Jupiter, and it is sitting in the fifth house. But your Jupiter is a malefic planet. That means it is the lord of sixth or the eighth or the 12th house. Now what you're going to do? Even though Jupiter is sitting in the fifth house, it is a malefic thing. It is a malefic planet for you, because it's your sixth lord or eighth lord or 12th lord. So you have to do something. So what you need to do is, you need to appease or please your Jupiter. How can you do it? On Thursdays, you need to donate the yellow things. You need to donate chana dal or turmeric. Or on Thursdays, you need to go to Dakshinamurti temple, or the Dattatreya temple, or the Sai Baba temple. These are all representing the Jupiterian energies. You need to go and offer your prayers. Thereby you are trying to appease them. You're trying to please them that I might have done some mistake in my previous lives, so that you have become negative for me now, and I am offering you prayers that please remove my obstacles related to the malefic Jupiter. they will give you a chance, right? Or the best remedy, another best remedy is chant Jupiter mantra every day, especially on Thursdays, 108 times. That's another good remedy. Getting it? And never hurt a teacher, never hurt a mentor. And if you're a female, never ever hurt your husband. Right? There is a possibility that you might have hurt your husband in a previous life, and then now your Jupiter has turned out to be negative, and you have to do some propitiations or remedies for that, so that your Jupiter can become better, at least in this birth. So never hurt a Jupiter kind of a person in your life. Can be teacher or can be your mentor. So never hurt them. By that, you are reducing the maleficity of Jupiter. And donate yellow clothes, turmeric or chickpeas or chana dal on Thursdays if your Jupiter is malefic. Thereby you are reducing the maleficness of Jupiter in your life. Or you can sponsor children education also, so that your Jupiter can be pleased. So these are all the remedies. And if a Jupiter is malefic, the most important thing is good conduct. Guide yourself. Do not do any kind of bad things. Be ethical always. So thereby your malefic Jupiter can be pleased. Even see, Saturn or Mars are watching your Jupiter, and you need to strengthen your Jupiter, that your Jupiter will not become weaker just because of Saturn and Mars aspects. You're getting it? You need to give enough strength to your Jupiter. So strengthening things, strengthening Jupiter, whatever I told you, wearing Pukhraj. If your Jupiter is benefic, then only. If Jupiter is benefic, but its strength is reduced because of Saturn or Mars aspects, right? So you have to strengthen your Jupiter so that it will not get disturbed because of Saturn or Mars aspects. So that's what I want to tell you. So if your Jupiter is positive in the 5th house, it's like a wise mentor in the garden of creativity and children, spreading blessings, joy and higher learning, right? But if your Jupiter is malefic, then yes, you may see problems ranging from overconfidence that I know everything, and then problems in conceiving children, or kind of strained ties, or a kind of separation with your children. These are all the things based on the intensity. If the intensity is not very higher, or you are provided blessings in terms of some 9th house somewhere in your horoscope, a separation can be very, very minimal, right? So observe the intensity of your Jupiter. If Jupiter intensity, the maleficity is very much less, then no need to worry about it. Just perform some good remedies that I told you, that can do very good things in your life. Thanks for watching this video.